Hello there, Libra. Didici here again with your Oracle Express, July 2022. The movement of the planets, the unraveling of your karma, all here in under 7 minutes. How about that? It's an important month and I'm going to start the wheel that's animated so you can see what's happening, especially here in the relationship area of your horoscope, where we see this powerful separating conjunction of Mars and Jupiter, which have been impacting your relationships very, very strongly. But on the 5th, a new development, I would say. Mars moving out of this 7th house of relationships. And by the way, it is the ruler of your primary relationships. Moving out of that into this important 8th house of shared resources. Shared resources may be financial resources. They may be emotional, and also, as many astrologers allude to, sexual resources. So this is a time when you can exert your influence in that area. 8th house is a hidden house, along with that lunar position there that we see in the 12th house as the week commences. So this is a strong period of collaborative connections, either with one person or more people than just one. Great for doing business and also for forcefully asking your bank manager for that extra loan, shifting those balances from high interest rate credit cards to ones where they're going to be nice to you at least for 6 months and give you interest free at your pleasure instead of theirs. So look at that, because this is definitely a positive influence and one which drives you to give more attention and focus to your relationships. You notice in the upper part of the horoscope, your work should be doing well with the Sun and Mercury here in the 10th house. This is a powerful directional strength for the Sun. It gives you elevation of rank, status, power, confidence, and the development of your ego to a point where others take note. Others take note of Libra right now. It's on top of the pedestal. Don't fall. Mercury here gives you lots of communication, the ability to make your way through the concrete and industrial and commercial jungle of life with clever words. Impress others now, I would say. Mercury is a very friendly planet. It rules your 9th house. It's legal bonds. It can show contracts here that give you an advantage, hopefully an unfair advantage over your competitors. So, this combination is also important as we see up here in the upper part of the horoscope, your ruling planet, this is the one we're going to look at, these are called elevated planets. The elevated planets have a big impact on your life. The most elevated one, and that is here as we see Venus, moving into this 10th house as well, on the 18th of July. Bing! There it is. Your karma has come to give you a dose of sweetness. Because, you know, in the Vedic tradition they call Venus your ruler Shukra, which is the root word, the Sanskrit word, which is the root of all the Indo-European languages, Shukra, standing for sugar, Sukra, Sokor. All of those words come from this word. So when Venus transits this 10th house, it should be a sweet little journey for you, Libra. You should put all your energies into the work and make sure that others are going to pay attention to you. While I was busy flattering you with all of that, I forgot to mention the full moon that takes place here in your 4th house on the 14th. So this is the domestic area of your horoscope. Very, very important, because it also has directional strength. Just as we mentioned up here, the Sun had directional strength. At the same time, the Moon had directional strength, or on the 14th, in that northern part. This is the northern part of your horoscope, 4th house of your horoscope, family, mother, and most importantly, the internal representation of that transit is your inner self, your inner happiness, your peace, that little slice of heaven that can be yours if only you look inward and take receipt of it. It's nowhere else to be found. Even though you're busily engaged in all these outward activities, you may find that this month your happiness is coming from within yourself. Now, the two last transits I want to talk about are the new moon, there it is, on the 29th, in your 11th house of friendships, catching up with Mercury and the Sun, which were already there earlier, as we mentioned in the early part of your reading. And then also at the same time, the retrograde Jupiter that begins its new path, it's dancing madly backwards in the 7th house here, 7th house of significant relationships. So it's showing here possibly a reappraisal of your life, your partnerships, what it is you want in your love life, what it is you want in the existing relationships that you have. And also, because you've got a retrograde Saturn in the 5th house, these retrograde planets, and especially Saturn, by the way, Libra, Saturn really your best planet next to your ruler Venus. Its retrogression empowers you here in the 5th house of love affairs, new romances, along here with the Venus new moon, Mercury in the 11th house of friendships. Definitely a beautiful period of unfolding friendships and connections socially, new business opportunities, and a reappraisal of, I'll get that out again, a reappraisal of your life direction through that retrograde Jupiter in your 7th house. That was a mouthful. There's more. I can't say any more. Astrology.com.au is where you'll find more. And that's because I've got the whole list of transits there, ones that I've left out here, because I like to just give you that speedy, instant gratification that we all want in the modern era. Coming back over here, don't forget to subscribe, drop me a note. I'm always here, happy to hear your messages. I'll respond, I promise, cross my heart. And I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.